Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Lynn Carey and I am back with you today to discuss more about health and healing. I got some new equipment, trying to use it, change up the video a little bit. I'm out on my balcony here in South Beach. It's a little bit windy, so we're going to give this a shot. I just want to discuss my background as a person, as my own personal healing journey, and as a chiropractor, why I think so different than the masses about healing. Some people ask me, why did I stop practicing? And a big reason why I stopped practicing is because I kind of outgrew being a chiropractor. Because as a chiropractor, you're really considered like a healer or a doctor. And in my mind, there's nothing to heal in the person except their mind and their belief and what's going on in their body. And it just became bigger than me, you know, adjusting them and telling them the same thing, I feel like, every time they came in the office. So I just really, you know, for within myself, everything is healed. That's how I feel. Until you have the thoughts in your mind line up with your body. That's where true healing happens, when you really believe in the power that heals the body. So, you know, for 5 years, let's see, I had spinal surgery when I was 15, sick all the time for about 5 years, 19, 20. When I discovered chiropractic, I went through a lot of doctors. I went through, you know, I had strep throat for like 6 months, on antibiotics for 6 months. I had pain that nobody could fix, went to physical therapy, got chicken pox, you know, at late in the game. I was like 16, really sick. And every time I went to the doctor, I just kept saying, well, after I take this medicine, I keep getting sick, or the pain doesn't go away, or nothing's working. And they never had an answer for me. So when I discovered chiropractic, it said that there's an innate intelligence that runs the body, and the body knows how to heal itself. And I was like, oh, this is finally, you know, something that makes sense. So if you think about the chiropractic philosophy, what makes us alive? You know, what's the difference between you and I and a corpse? It's really, there's a life force flowing through us. Can we define it? Not really. It's either you're living or you're not. So we kind of, you know, it's running all through your body. As a chiropractor, I would say, look, there's, you know, innate intelligence, there's a life force, there's an electricity running through your brain, down your spinal cord, out through the nerves that exit through your spine, which attach to every part of your body. And they send messages back and forth. It's just like electricity. And the idea with the adjustment is, if there is stress on the spine, it's going to block that flow from the brain to the spinal cord to the nervous system out to the body. It's like stepping on a hose, right? When you step on the hose, the water stops. When you take the pressure, when you take your foot off the hose, the water can flow again. The same idea. If there is pressure in the spinal cord, if there's a misaligned vertebrae, because all the vertebrae in your spine are all individual joints, they should all be moving properly. When one gets stuck, or from a repeated stress pattern, it can put pressure on the nerve, right? So the brain doesn't communicate back to the body, and vice versa. The messages are getting clogged up. So that's what I would adjust. And what I realize is, what makes that spinal adjustment happen? Like, what makes that blockage in the body happen? It's the mental dis-ease in your body. So if you're stressed out about your life, about the relationships around you, about not having enough money, about going to a job you hate every day, about not having enough time, not feeling purpose in your life, especially when you're kids, you know, you're going to school and you're listening to all these adults kind of tell you some crazy stuff, because it's a social disease that we have going on here. And you're also, you know, you think if you feel something in your body, you're taught right away to go to the doctor and get a label for it. So in chiropractic school, at the same time that we were learning about the life force and how the body heals, we were also having to study for all these boards. So we had to basically learn what the medical doctors were doing. And basically, they're just, you know, somebody comes to the medical doctor, you tell them everything you're feeling, and they give you some big names. We have a lot of medical jargon that we use today. I don't know if it sounds more sophisticated, it sounds professional, I don't know, but it's really crazy. You know, just like gastritis is just inflammation of the stomach. But we put these big labels on it, and they say, here, take this medicine, it's gonna fix it. But they've lost the philosophy of looking at the whole body. And until we remember that our life force is flowing, and if you can get back to what is blocking it. So I truly believe that if we would just stop labeling ourselves with disease names, whether it's cancer, whether it's leukemia, whether it's some autoimmune disease, whatever. And if we were first told to go back in and find in your life where there's dis-ease, the life force is going to start flowing at 100%, symptoms are going to start to clear up, and you're going to get healed. Now, I realize this, you cannot go from A to Z. It's a process. So as you're figuring this out, obviously, still do what you believe in. If you still believe in the medical doctor and you believe in that you need a drug to heal yourself, you have to take it. That was what I thought so interesting too in my practice, that two people could have the same thing, but if their belief systems are in two different arenas, they have to do what works for them. So doesn't that tell you something right there? If what you believe in works, then why not change your beliefs? If your beliefs change, that treatment's gonna change. And that's what would happen for me. When I lost faith in the medical system, those things stopped working for me. And when I started gaining more faith in the healing of my own body, that worked for me. So I believe if we were taught from early on to trust in the inner wisdom of our body, you know, we'd be much more empowered. We would be a much healthier society. And do you know that medical malpractice is like number 3 in mortality? It's the number 3 killer in the United States. Doesn't that tell you something? We have so much medical intervention and we're so much disconnected from our natural state of healing. So I'm not saying we have to get rid of all of it, but I bet you if we got rid of 95% of medical intervention, we'd be a much healthier society. It's a rampant plague is what's going on. So I think we need to wake up to that. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Body, is an amazing book. Anita Morhani, Dying to Be Me, eye-opening story about her coming out of her death coma with cancer and completely healed herself. And what she learned from that experience. So there's so many stories of people who were basically left by the medical doctors telling them that you're not going to heal, and who have healed themselves. Search those out. And then also start listening to your body and match it up with what's going on in your life. Connect the dots. Play detective. Where is the dis-ease going on in your life, in your mind, within yourself? And sometimes it takes a while to peel off those layers. There's layers and layers build up until you really get to the core of the issue. So it's about listening to yourself. Journal it out, write it down, gather different informations from different sources of information. Talk to the medical doctor, talk to a chiropractor, talk to a healer, a shaman. Talk to all these, you know, get different points of view. And then take all of it and take what makes sense to you so that you can make the best choice for your body. That's how you learn. That's how you become empowered, and that's how you learn to heal yourself. So I hope this helps. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will answer them. Stay tuned for my next video.